Trans Am Series, presented by Pirelli, as we turn our attention here at Road America to the TA class. And that too is hotting up nicely. It's been a great battle so far this season between Chris Dyson and Ernie Francis Jr. Let's look back now at the action from last time out at Mid-Ohio.
It was a really close gap between me and Chris Dyson, and I think it's going to lead to being an awesome race tomorrow.
It's going to be Ernie or Dyson who's going to take it. Francis squeezes through, under braking. Francis Jr. take the lead early on.
Ruman looks like she's going to finally get past Pinteric.
We go on board now with Adam Andretti. Under the bridge at turn one, a classic overtake. Oh no! Big hit, Larry Bond. That's a nasty incident. Now well could be that we finish under caution. And Ernie Francis Jr. is going to win at Mid-Ohio. A very, very important win.
So, going into Road America, this is how they stand. Chris Dyson has 167 to Ernie Francis Jr.'s 162. Amy Ruman is third, Simon Gregg fourth, David Pinteric in fifth. Amy Ruman is third in the championship, and this is her home race in the number 23. And the Ruman dynasty continues after her father raced, and now she does too.
We've been coming up for quite some time, and we've been here numerous times for Trans Am races between my dad and myself, so it's kind of a home away from home type of thing. Road America is a really fast track, so we have lots of fun here, and we get to showcase how fast these Trans Am cars are, and it gives us a chance to really utilize our horsepower and speed and really put on a good show for the fans. You know, we're sitting pretty good, solid third right now. I'm hoping that we'll gain some valuable points here this weekend and move up a little. Ernie and Dyson have a little bit of a gap on me by like 30 points, so you know, it's going to take some races for me to do really well and maybe them for not so well. So it's not out of reach yet, but it's going to be tough. It's getting tougher. We only have 5 rounds left, including this one. So we'll just see what happens. It's racing. You never know.
And from a family legacy in Trans Am, let's turn to an American racing legend, the one and only Boris Said. He's racing again in the number 3.
Claudio needed a driver, and I love these cars, so I never say no. So it was a last-minute thing, and you know, I'm happy to be a part of it. Big horsepower, they have a lot of grip, a lot of tire. There's none of that electronic aid stuff, you know, no ABS, no traction control, and it's real driving. We're gonna have a good battle with the little kid and Chris Dyson, and I mean, I see that Ernie, and he looks like a trophy. Like, I feel like if I win the Oscars, I'd hold him up. But the kid can drive. So it's going to be a good battle. I mean, so I'm almost 57 years old, so I'm still going pretty good for an old guy.
Now, coming into Road America, Chris Dyson has dominated the TA series so far, but now he's under pressure from last year's champion, Ernie Francis Jr., though Dyson is loving every minute of the competition.
It's been a blast this year. Every single weekend, it's just been drama and warfare, and I think we're both raising our game because of it. So yeah, I'm really happy. The car's been fast all weekend. We rolled it off here. It was just smoking good, and it's just been a little bit of tweaks here and there, and I think we got a hell of a race car too.
So the grid for TA looks like this. Chris Dyson and Ernie Francis Jr., the championship contenders, on row 1. Then Boris Said and Cliff Eben, the local man, on row 2. Amy Ruman, third in the championship, alongside Vincent Allegretta. And then it's Raylo and Andretti on row 4.
Here we go then, up the hill at the famous Road America, a packed field for the Ryan Company's Trans Am 100 TA race. And this is a scary moment. Right at the start here, everybody jostling for position because they know how important it is to get to the first corner. Away we go! Great start from Chris Dyson. Flies into the lead. Ernie Francis Jr. in second place. Everybody cleanly up to the first corner. And that jostling for position as it tightens up there, Jake. And looks as though we've had a good clean start, though.
Yeah, looks like everyone kind of behaved a little bit.
For a change, yep. and no problems for Dyson. He really needs this one. Oh, somebody's out of control. That's Adam Andretti, full lock on those brakes. And also, Allegretta was also very, very hot into turn 5. Classic mistake.
Yeah, they just went in a little too hard. It's actually pretty amazing that nobody made contact there.
David Pintarek in the wars, just got a quick glimpse of him as we go back with Dyson. And Dyson's got a clean road ahead of him. Now, can he hold on to that, I wonder? So, plenty of jostling for position in the opening stages of this one. But it's Dyson from Francis Jr. and Boris Said now in the Burton car. Really interesting to see how he's going to go from third.
He is always there. Every race he jumps into, every car he jumps into, he's always in the top 3.
Yeah, and Burton, of course, one of the most successful teams as we go on board with David Pintarek in the Cadillac at one of the fastest parts of this course. Chasing Allegretta, and past he goes into Canada corner. But has he gone too hot? Yes, he does go wide. And back comes Allegretta. Well, classic mistake.
Yeah, I think he just carried way too much speed, went wide, lost a bunch of time and speed, and that let Vincent get on by.
So then, we're back with Dyson, and he's looking in his mirrors. Francis Jr. still second, Boris Said still third. We'll take a short break. We'll be back from Road America in a moment. Welcome back to Road America, where at the moment Chris Dyson holding off Ernie Francis Jr. and Boris Said. Not an easy task. Multiple championships to Ernie Francis Jr. and Boris Said, one of the best racers in America.
Yeah, and this race has been very clean so far. And back to your point, yeah, it's not easy having, you know, those two of the fastest guys behind you.
No question, and the championship on the line, of course. Dyson's had a fantastic season, but now is the real business end of this championship. Watkins Glen to come, and several more key circuits before the end of this championship. Long way to go yet, and Francis Jr. has just got better and better as the season has gone on, which is really worrying to poor old Dyson.
Yeah, of course, and it looks like Ernie Francis is catching Dyson a little bit.
A lot of battles going on. Here's Dave Rouleau in the Corvette, chasing down David Pintarek. Very fast part of the circuit again here. And under braking down towards 5 they come, and Rouleau almost going into the back there of Pintarek. But now comes alongside him as they come back up the hill and under the bridge. Side by side, the Corvette's got him. And nicely done by the man from Wisconsin. Through he goes on Pintarek. Well, Pintarek trying to come back in the 57, but he's finally made it stick.
Yeah, he was, Pintarek was holding on, but he didn't have enough for him.
Back with the leaders, and Ernie Francis Jr., I think, is actually reeling in the leader. Meanwhile, Amy Ruman has got close attention from Adam Andretti. Meanwhile, Dyson's got a clear track ahead of him. He's just got to start worrying about back markers as we see Andretti weaving a little bit there. I think that could be a problem with the car there. As we go on board with Rouleau, he's coming up on Andretti, and Andretti pulling off to the side. Looks as though there's something wrong.
Yeah, that little jog he did with the wheel, he's trying to figure out what's going on. It looks like, almost looks like something in the right front is broken.
Yeah, Pintarek going past, so Andretti, who's been on the podium already this season, doesn't look as though he's and that's Rouleau going wide, and Rouleau spins it completely, 360. Through goes Pintarek. Well, that was good skills.
Absolutely, he got really lucky to spin and not hit anything right there, and he'll be right behind Pintarek, chasing him back up the hill.
That's amazing. So to recover from that, that's not an easy thing to do. I thought he was going to head straight for the gravel trap, but he manages to get back. And now look at this, Francis Jr. is as close as I've seen to Dyson as he's been all race now.
Yeah, it almost looks like Ernie Francis' car is getting better on the longer runs, and Dyson's car might be falling away a little bit.
Meanwhile, Boris Said, we're looking at third place. Boris Said, you can see the gap down to this, and he'll be watching this battle very closely, because if we know Boris Said, he'll be waiting for either one to make a mistake, and if they do, he'll be ready to pounce. Still enough time in this race for a few more chapters, but Andretti's day is over. He's not going anywhere, and nor should you. We'll be right back.
The Trans Am Championship on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Pirelli. Power is nothing without control. By Three Dimensional Services Group. Prototype production proven. And by Ryan Companies US Inc., a national leader in commercial real estate services. We design, develop, finance, manage, and construct buildings that tell the stories of our employees, our customers, and our legacy. At Ryan Companies, we build stories.
Welcome back to Road America, where we are having a superb fight at the front. And in fact, it could be a three-way fight, including this man, Boris Said. But it's at the front that we've really got the battle between Dyson, the championship leader, and Ernie Francis Jr. And if Francis Jr. can pull this off, Dyson would possibly... Oh, no! Just as I say that, Dyson gets into trouble at 5. He spun it round, Jake. What happened?
It almost looks like from the in-car that he locked up the rear brakes.
We go back on board with Boris Said, who's now up to second place. Wouldn't that be interesting if he can now get closer to Ernie Francis Jr.? But this could change the complexion of the whole championship. And by my calculations, if Dyson doesn't recover well, Francis Jr. could be leading the championship after Road America.
Yeah, and Ernie probably has a big smile on his face because he was just handed the lead.
Here we go then. Dyson trying to now gather himself together and get back into contention. And into the right-hander. Francis Jr. got a massive lead now, and back up the hill he comes. And this is now looking really good. Boris Said, though, is in touching distance to the leader. But of course, Boris Said isn't challenging for the championship. So Francis Jr. can kind of relax, but I know he won't. He's got traffic now ahead of him, and he's got to tiptoe his way through here. Into turn 1 he goes. The frameless shower door man from Florida, looking very, very good here, Francis Jr. What a turnaround this season's been for him. And now Dyson in trouble, but back out on track, but some way down the road. And Francis Jr. has got this one if he keeps it all together as he heads down back towards turn 5. And Dyson's in the pits, and that's pretty much put paid to any chance of him getting back on track. And they're changing the wheels. Maybe he had a puncture in that incident because they're changing that rear left wheel. But Dyson out of contention, and Francis Jr. surely will march on to win.
It looks like it. I mean, he is fast. He's always been fast here. I think Boris would need a caution to even think about getting around Ernie.
Well, Ernie Francis Jr. has just been given a gift here at Road America, and possibly the championship lead. What a turnaround of events. Dyson's season has been picture perfect, and now suddenly the arch rival that has been such a factor in Trans Am over the last few years. Here comes Dyson again, though. He's back out on track, and down towards turn 5 he comes. And sadly, though, he's a long way down, but he'll be pushing on just as this man Boris Said is doing in the later stages for the Burton Racing team.
Yeah, and I think that all Dyson really needs to focus on is just picking up points and staying out of trouble the rest of the race.
Yep, and there's Boris Said just waving his hand to thank the back marker for getting out of the way. And down towards 5 comes Pintaric. Meanwhile, Dyson in trouble again! Oh no! Dyson at 5, the same place he spun before, and now he's really wrecked it, because out he goes, and the number 20's whole hopes go up in flames. What happened, Jake?
I mean, it looks like something in the car broke. The car won't turn like that under braking, and I think he was trying to avoid the 2 cars, hitting the 2 cars in front of him, and unfortunately ended his day.
Yeah, in the wall, hit heavily. Now, surely this is all Francis Jr. He's just got to keep it tidy now for the rest of this race. So what a turnaround of events Road America in the 2019 Trans Am Series will be, because Ernie Francis Jr. is on his way to victory and a championship lead. There's still plenty of time for Dyson to catch up in the races remaining, but this is Ernie Francis's first chance of leading this season. He's had his own woes throughout the season. He's had problems go wrong with his car, but today it's Dyson that's got in trouble, and Ernie Francis Jr. has picked up the pieces. Boris Said looks as though he'll take second place for Burton Racing, but Francis Jr. has been gifted this win. I say gifted this win, he's worked hard for it, but Dyson got into trouble, spun round at 5, and then got into trouble again. And now it's all Ernie Francis Jr. heading towards victory in the number 98. He'll come back up the hill here at Road America, and Ernie Francis Jr. is going to take another famous TA victory. There's the checkered flag, and Ernie Francis Jr. wins at Road America. A brilliant result. Boris Said is in second place. And in third, it's the local hero, Cliff Eben, who gets his first podium of the season.
Great win then for Ernie Francis Jr. Boris Said in second place, and a really good result for Cliff Eben at home in third. Amy Rubin getting good points in fourth place ahead of Vincent Allegretta in fifth.
Well, Ernie, it's always nice to win, but to win by that margin here at Road America has got to be very satisfying.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say? It was a great event for us. We've been on a pretty good string these past couple races, with a second place in Indianapolis, first place in Mid-Ohio. Getting the win here, it was awesome. I mean, I had a great battle with Dyson out there. It really sucks that we couldn't make it to the finish with him.
I got down to turn 5, and the choice was either take out 2 cars or graze the wall, and I took the path of least resistance. Unfortunately, we had a brake problem. I think it carried over from Friday, and it caught me out early on, and ultimately it's what finished us off for the day.
So Ernie Francis Jr. finally goes to the front of the pack with 196 points ahead of Chris Dyson now with 187. Ruman's still third with 155, but a lot of racing still to come. Greenlight Television and our entire crew, I'm Jonathan Green, and this has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.